Hi and welcome to December 2019 Patreon video, rewards video. This has been a really hectic month. The month of November has been extremely heavy on me at work. I've had two back-to-back very tough episodes to work on. Heavy revisions, a lot of overtime, hardly any time to rest or relax. It really pushed me really close to burnout. It's just been really intense. Just thinking about it makes me tired. So it's been pretty grueling. And that meant that a lot of the time that I spent doing my work, my personal projects, had to be taken, had to be not taken care of. Not. I just didn't have any time to do my own personal stuff. Usually I have a little bit of leeways in the mornings to do something. I have a little bit of time during my lunch hours. And that wasn't the case on any of these things. I didn't even have time after work to do anything. So, and on the weekends I was so burned out. And at the same time I've been working on the courses, the beginner's level courses. And that's already set up and ready to go. All I've got to do is set up a few things like a sales page, landing page, that sort of thing, a thank you page, things like that. And then I'm going to start bringing in the beta patrons through again. The people that I've already had in the beta go through the beta again, or at least give them access to it so that they can give me some feedback of what they think of the new course. Now, let's get to the rewards. So the rewards this month, in spite of the fact that I was completely and totally swamped with work, I did manage to squeeze by a couple of hours this month to finish the comic. Now, this comic strip, it's not that I didn't finish the whole comic. This is just a single comic strip. And the entire point of this comic that I'm working on is that I'm taking it in bite-sized chunks. I'm creating small strips so that I could finish really fast, give myself that sense of accomplishment, and then move on to the next one, give myself that sense of accomplishment, and that sense of accomplishment, having finished, creates momentum to do the next one, to do the next one, to do the next one. So the idea is to come up with strips so that I could do them fast, so that I could get the reward of finishing. This strip took me 8 months. 8 months. That is way too long. That is so long. 8 months, that's almost the entire year to just do these 7 strips and 7 pages, and some of these pages only have the one panel, and I'll show them to you right now. So, okay, so this is the first page, and here we go, the second page. So, between this page and this page was months and months of work. This page took me about, I don't know, a week or two, and this page took me about 4 months to do, 4 or 5 months to do this one page. Why? Because I had to design the entire background. I had zero idea where I was going. Where I was going visually with the background. I just didn't know. I just knew I wanted it to be an epic palace-looking thing, and I didn't know what it was supposed to look like. So it took me months to build this in Blender. That's what that video that I uploaded months ago, showing you how I built this place, and without a clue as to what I was going to do. And then I designed these statues and that took a very long time as well. And then so finally I did it, and the coloring process was insane in this, because again, it took me forever to figure out, because I didn't know what the place was supposed to be colored. Like, I didn't know what the colors were supposed to be. I had the background, and then I had no idea what the colors were supposed to be. So it was just this entire thing was just a process, like laying in the groundwork. I'm hoping that now that everything like this CG background, the coloring, and all that stuff is done, that I could move forward, and the next comic strips are just going to go much, much faster. I'm dying to get to the next ones, but I'm this needed to get done. So this is like, there was like pre-production smack in the middle of production is what it is. I had to come to a screeching stop, go back to pre-production, build a bunch of stuff, then come back into production. And that took a long time, especially because I only get about an hour or two a day to work on this, because I'm working 8 hours on the show, on The Simpsons. It takes forever. And then these are much simpler, but again, it took a long time, and there was a lot of characters and a lot of coloring. So the coloring process for this, the coloring process is taking too long. It takes too long to color these. So what I'm going to do moving forward is I'm going to change the way I approach coloring, and as you will see I'm going to upload the making of videos that took me months and months and months to do. You will see 20 hours of work compressed into 5 minutes, 10 minutes. And so the videos are coming up. There will be being posted in the next few weeks. I will show you the process of making the rest of this comic. Like I said, there's already a video of me building the background, but now you're going to see how I approach, once I have the background, what the process was now that I already had the backgrounds and everything set up. And believe it or not, just because I had a CG background didn't mean that I still didn't need to figure out what the perspective grid for this background was, because drawing characters from this point of view, I needed to make sure that they fit within this angle. So I had to still figure out the whole perspective grid so that I could place the characters into the background and make them feel as if they're sitting solidly in the background. And I did that for every single CG shot that I've got. I did it with this one. I put the horizon line is somewhere around here, I believe, because these are not CG. These, I had to draw these doors, and the doors had to work within the space, the actual CG space. So there was a lot of art knowledge still required in order to draw this shot. For example, this shot, because the characters are behind him, I needed to find out where the horizon line was so that I could hang all the characters on the horizon line so that they all felt like they were in a group in this space. So that didn't take away any of the technical perspective part of the drawing process. It was a requirement for me to know perspective well enough so that I could actually draw the characters in the environment in the correct perspective. Okay, and then you did get to see a little bit of this as a sneak peek. This is the postcard for this is this month's postcard. Here we go. That's what she looks like. And as you can tell, she's got kind of an enormous booty, like the entire drawing, the entire postcard, it's just about her booty, like you can't escape it. That was not my intention, believe it or not. My intention was to draw this really cute lady. There was photo reference that that I built this from. Like I drew this. I'm like, oh, this is, I like this pose. I could do this. But the booty got, it didn't look like this in the pencil drawing. The pencil drawing was more about her face. She had a really cute face, and somewhere along the way, as I built this, as I painted this, it got out of control. um, so believe it wasn't my intention. Okay, so it's a little warped, this postcard, because this is all it was done almost all completely in watercolor. There's a teeny tiny little bit of ballpoint pen in here somewhere, and there's the white lines here in the back and around her head, and some of that's in her hair is white gel pen, but it's all watercolor, and I treated the watercolor as if I was using ink. So that was one of the, so this was an experiment in an attempt to use watercolor and use it more like ink and less like paint. I still used it as paint because it's useful to use for what it is, but I definitely went out of my way to try to find what places like right here where I could literally just ink it, like as if I was inking it. Like here's these, and put lines in here as if they were ink. So it was that kind of hodgepodge of different techniques that I was using in order to do this drawing. But it was fun to do, and I was really in the mood to draw something cartoony. I may be in the mood to do it again, something really cartoony in the next one. I wanted to do something very pushed and not as semi-real as I've been going with in the last couple of months. And I'm happy with the way this turned out. Again, the proportions were meant to be over-exaggerated, but that booty just got kind of, and I could tone it down, and then I said, you know what, forget it. Like, I'm just gonna leave it. It came out the way it came out. So Craig, you just recently came back to my Patreon. I think you accidentally got knocked out of the Patreon. Well, your name came up in the random name generator, a picker. So you get this postcard this month. So congratulations, Craig. And hope you like the big booty. And yeah, so let me know, patrons. Let me know what kind of artwork you'd like me to do, what kind of styles you like me to do. I've done marker drawings, I've done cartoony drawings, I've done experimental kind of realistic drawings, I've done watercolor portraits and all kinds of different things. They all tend to have my hand on it, as you know, my I guess my style, whatever it is, the thing that makes it me. But I'm just curious, which one of these looks and styles and feels do you like more? And I'm sure I'm probably going to get a whole lot of different answers to this question. But I am curious about it. The thing is that I'm not always in the mood to draw in a specific style. Sometimes, like I said, I had an overwhelming urge to draw something really cartoony this time. But a couple of weeks ago, I had an overwhelming urge to draw much more in the style that I drew, very stylized almost semi-real kind of look. So I just never know what I'm going to be in the mood for. It's very strange, but I'm curious to see which one to you is the one that resonates with you a little bit more than the other ones. And the silver patrons are going to get some rough drawings that I don't have any JPEGs for. So bronze patrons, you don't know what's coming, but the silver patrons, they get a sneak peek at some of my work in progress stuff and my roughs. And yeah, so hopefully in a couple of months or so, you'll be able to see that final piece. Also, I've decided to open the big drawings that I'm just going to give to people to more than just stuff with Robbie the Barbarian, because I've realized that having done something like this postcard, that it'd be really fun to make a big one of something cartoony like that too. So I'm gonna probably start doing that too, instead of just doing Robbie drawings. I had a lot of fun doing this kind of drawing and kind of I don't know, pin up. I don't know what to call it, but okay. So thank you so much for watching, and thank you for your support. And I will talk to you next time. All right, bye.